Howdy y'all, TheJTJ here with an introduction to computer technology. The purpose of this presentation is to give middle school and 8th grade students an idea of some of the terms or technology that they will encounter in a classroom. Hardware: the mechanical, magnetic, electronic, and electrical devices comprising a computer system, as the CPU, disk drives, keyboard, or screen. If you're able to touch it, see it, move it, and work on it, it's generally counted as hardware. If you open up the computer case and all the electronics inside, that's all hardware, and by extension your mouse and your keyboard also count as hardware. Software: the programs used to direct the operation of a computer. Software is basically your applications. So if it's something that you can download, like you go to the Play Store and download an application for your phone, that counts as software. Binary. Binary or base 2, a numeric system that only uses two digits, 0 and 1. Computers operate in binary, meaning they store data and perform calculation using only zeros and ones. Now, this goes back to the beginning of computers. When computers were first invented, they calculated by, or they received their commands by, either having an electric signal or not. The zeros and ones count as having electric signals or not. We use binary to build as the very, very base of all our software. Going up from there, you have coding, and then after codes, you use codes to make apps and so on and so forth. But it all starts with zeros and ones. Bluetooth, a wireless technology that allows two enabled devices to communicate to each other. The technology is based on radio waves. Many cell phones, headphones, speakers, and other devices work on Bluetooth. It's a very handy, short-ranged communication technology. So that's when you get into your car, your phone can connect to the Bluetooth because you're close enough to it. However, if the car was driven a mile away, you wouldn't be able to connect to your Bluetooth, it'd be too far away. Cache, pronounced cache, used to store information for quick access. Examples of cache are browser cache, memory cache, disk cache, and processor cache. Cache is sort of set aside memory that you can load information into so the processor can retrieve it faster, as opposed to it being stored somewhere deep in memory. They would have to call upon it and take longer to get there. Circuit, an electronic closed path that lets electricity flow from one point to another. Computers are made up of many circuit boards. Most hardware components will have a circuit board. If you open up the case of your computer, you'll see a large circuit board, which is your motherboard, and most cards or any other hardware piece that plugs into a motherboard or your computer is made up of circuit boards. Digitize. When you convert something from analog to digital. An example of digitizing data is using a scanner to create a PDF, or using a webcam to capture video. So anytime that you input something into a computer, it has to be digitized first. You can't just fold up a piece of paper and try to shove it in the case. That wouldn't work. You actually have to put it in a scanner or take a picture of it and turn that into a digital record of some sort, either a PDF or a JPEG or something. Then you can store it on your computer. DPI. DPI stands for dots per inch. Measures how many dots fit into an inch. The higher the number, the higher the resolution. So dots per inch measure how clear or how large something you're seeing can be before it loses quality, before it becomes pixelated. Encryption. The process of converting data to an unreadable form, used to protect sensitive data. So when you encrypt something, it takes say you're typing a message or you have a Word document saved and you want to save that so no one else can read that. If you run it through an encryption software, it's going to take that text and that file, and it's going to encrypt it, make it unreadable for anybody that doesn't have the same kind of decryption software with a key able to open that up. You'll see encryption a lot with some high-level government work, along with many companies encrypt their data. Gigahertz, a unit of data measurement. Gigahertz is equal to 1,000 megahertz, also known as gigs. You'll hear a lot that, how big's your phone? Well, I have 16 gigs. Hey, how big's your thumb drive? Oh, it's a 5 gig thumb drive. Gig is short for gigahertz, which is a unit of measurement. Input, the process of entering data into a computer. When we type something on a keyboard, or we scan something in, or even if you're taking a picture with your smartphone, that is inputting data into a computer. You're basically digitizing it. Intranet. Intranet is a private network. It is designed for internal communication, usually for a business or a home network. Now, the difference between an intranet and the internet is that it usually has a block, such as this example here, where several computers can be on a network, but before it goes to the web, there's actually some kind of a firewall or some kind of way to stop just any traffic from coming in. Keywords, a word or phrase to describe content, used by search engines to find data for the user. Keywords are very handy. When you're searching for things, you can put keywords in the metadata or the tags for any kind of content that you digitize, and it can be retrieved out of databases later using keywords.